Thursday night supper at UCM, or in other words, United Campus Ministry, is a very lively place because of the people who come here. The majority of the people seem to be very bubbly and good-natured and enjoy conversing with one another.
This is like one of my favorite places to come and eat.
What's your favorite foods here?
I like their soups. The soups are good.
The food's fantastic and real healthy, and a lot of it's from the farmers market and local food, which is great.
We are in kind of a unique position because we're not a church, and so we don't have a consistent funding base of tithes or donations that people bring into the church every week. We have to be really creative with the stuff we serve. We have to keep it under a pretty small budget from the Student Activities Commission. So, you know, a lot of food for cheap, but also really nutritious food, which is one of the reasons we started grinding our own grain, because flour, white flour, is kind of useless. I mean, it's enriched, but it's not that good for you, and the way it's made isn't exactly environmentally friendly with their big coal-powered mills and things. So we thought that was a really good way to buy a bag of wheat, which is like $13 for 50 pounds, grind it here with our own manpower, not using any electricity or anything, using it right away, so it has almost 100% of its nutritional value.
I walked in there looking for trays.
Oh yeah, we compost everything that's compostable, that's not meat or bone. Use eggshells, coffee grounds, any vegetable waste, and then we have 3 different bins for those. It goes into the first bin to get hot, and then we put it in the second bin with dirt, and it goes into the third bin, and by the time it's done, apparently it's great for compost. So.
We've had our hands in, you don't understand.
Put that in, and we'll put a toast on it, and then I'll put some garlic butter on it. Over the years, it's been, you start noticing where you can fill in, which means that you actually can start cooking, volunteering, and then you get to know people, and then you start caring about them, and then you start, eating and learning. And so after about a decade or so, I've discovered my talent at using some of the dessert type things to make interesting concoctions, and it's been fun. All right. Cornstarch. Are you rolling? This is chocolate, cornstarch, brown sugar, lemon. The lemon I don't particularly care for, but by the time it cooks up and gets thick, like it's starting to get thick now. Haven't tasted it really since I've cooked it. Should I taste it in front of you? It's sugary, it's lemony, it's chocolatey. That'll work.
You know, there's people that base their entire week around like coming to these meals and like the people they see there and like the community that they build with them, right? Whether they're there just because they need it, or like they need the food, or just because they need the community. You know, it provides a lot of things for a lot of people. You know, there's a very high population of people, like low income, number one, in Athens. It's poorest county in Ohio, and 2, there's a lot of people with like mental disabilities and things like that. And I think it gives I think we have a large population of those people that come to the meal. And I think giving them that consistent like community and places like an outlet is a very good thing for a lot of people.
you.
And yeah,
This is the biggest Saturday lunch in forever. This is the originator of Saturday lunch.
I am.
Do you know that, you guys? What's your name? I forget.
Joe.
Joe
Bazzelli.
what?
Joe Bazzelli.
Joe Bazzelli. In 2006, is that right?
That sounds
You
real.
don't remember?
Well,
It was 2006 is what I've been
Came
told.
to college in 04. I ran Thursday supper in 05, and then I started trying that freshman 06.
Because we
Spring 06.
decided that there wasn't a meal in town, right?
There wasn't a meal on the weekends.
On the weekends at all. Yeah.
So people get fed throughout the week, but then if they were dependent on the meals, then they wouldn't get a hot meal.
So you know Jim Gillespie too. He was here Thursday.
Was he?
First time I'd seen him all winter, and I was
Jim,
so
I love Jim.
I was
He's-
hoping he would come.
He's a great guy. I used to take Jim
I take him home. All
Yeah,
the time. You take me home.
you're the new me. You
And
really
the
are.
other day, I took
Him
Wanda
and
home
Wanda,
first.
and Wanda.
I took Wanda home first, and he's like, "This isn't the way to my home." I'm like, "It's okay, Jim. I'm taking Wanda first."
Oh, I love Jim. It's so great that, the organization is growing. Like, I was just out there talking to Gary and Francis. And, like, they were talking about how the tornado hit last year and the
I took
planes.
him home there.
Well, yeah, the thing was, like, they were here.
Yeah.
They were here down in this
Listening,
basement.
yeah.
And, like, just think about, like, what would have happened if this thing wasn't here. There's so many good things that comes out of this place. And, like, coming back just, like, after being out
That's why I
in the world
really,
and other things, it's a great place.
You could arrive here in your freshman year and not know a soul, and within probably a month of volunteering and eating at the community meals, and going to the whatever you're doing in this town, Ohio University, you will probably have a support network and friends almost immediately.
It's accessible to anybody. You can be impoverished, you can be a college student, you can be rich, you can be successful. You can still come here and get a free meal without any prejudice, and that's cool.
In your own words, what would you say is at the heart of the UCO?
That's a question that's gonna have a different answer from every person who's involved here. But for me, it's community, and I don't mean just the Athens community or just the Ohio University community, but the theory of community, that people need to come together in order to have a healthy world. So community in food, community in interfaith collaboration. Here, you can have that. Okay. Community in peace and justice work. It's people that have to come together, typically physically, and work towards a common goal. And I think that's what community is, So there can be a lot of answers to that. Social justice, feminism, work for interfaith dialogue, but I think if you had to have one word, it would be community.
Did you get enough to eat, Gary?
Yep.
Did you get enough talking in?
Milk too.
He never gives no
Oh.
That's his ambition.
What, to talk to everybody all the time?
Yeah, he loves it. What is it, Joe? Joe Bertelli or whatever you call
Yes, and I met him for the first time. He's the guy that made up Saturday lunch.
Uh-huh.
I was really honored to meet that guy.
Yeah, we was too.
I heard a lot about him and how good he was.
Yeah, he's a good friend to us.
Yeah, he saw that there was a need to have place for people to eat on the weekends.
Yeah, guess what he did?
What?
He'd have them bring in these greens, and eat them raw.
Uh-huh.
And they are delicious.
UCM wants a spokesperson. I'll be there.
Oh, it's a great organization. And it is a good one.